The rainforest space is a crowded one within the environmental movement, and there are a huge number of organisations who have been protecting the forest, getting on for 50, 60 years. In that time, half of it has disappeared. And a large part of that is because the drivers to deforestation, the palm plantations, the cattle, the logging have become more and more potent and impactful. But also we have to admit that some of the methods we've used to protect the forest haven't been quite so effective. We've tended to focus on biodiversity, so we protected the middle of the forest, the interior, because all the animals have fled from around the edges, leaving the edges exposed, and that's where obviously most of the destruction takes place. So Cool Earth very early on realised that to make an impact, we had to show our impact, to actually get money in from people who are probably slightly concerned that they're throwing bad money after good. We'd actually have to demonstrate that what we were doing was working. So day one, we were using Google Maps as well as a whole range of other remote sensing technologies to show what we were doing. We made sure that most of our tech spend was actually in the rainforest communities to make sure that local people were in control. And we also published virtually everything we found year in, year out. The failures as much as the successes, the things that really cocked up and where we had wasted money as much as where we had spent it very wisely. Partly to really demonstrate that we were an open, transparent organisation, partly because we wanted others to learn from our mistakes, but also to show that over time we were getting it better. We were getting better. We were iterating from our disasters. And 10 years on, we're now at the point that we think we can actually share a great deal more of what we've learned, but also continue to be experimental. I think not many charities do make a thing of being experimental because they don't want to admit to failure. And you can understand it, because charities shouldn't waste money and charities shouldn't be irresponsible. But at the same time, we do need to recognise that the solutions that were peddled in 1965 probably aren't the ones that are going to succeed today. We're never going to be as big WWF or Rainforest Foundation or Fauna and Flora International, but what we can do at the margins is try out new ideas and maybe pass that knowledge back into the bigger beasts.